All right, we're back with another Boss Steel Blades exclusive. Today we're looking at a Great Eastern Cutlery 66 in ruby red Springfield bone. This is the Lil Cowboy. This is knife number 661225. Let's get into the model. So, Great Eastern Cutlery has re-released the 66s. I picked this up from Boss Steel Blades. This knife is Tidioute trim, so what we're talking about is a satin polished blade, drawn swedge on the show side, cut swedge on the pile side, ruby red Springfield bone, non-fluted bolsters, Tidioute shield, and secondary blade is a pen. Like I said, Tidioute trim. So here's our tube with the Tidioute label. So Tidioute Cutlery Classic Pocket Knives, Lil Cowboy, picture of a child on a horse, 1095 carbon steel, and GEC's address. I can totally dig all that. And the pin to match, which is pretty much the same, except for that they added horseshoes going up the sides of it. So, good stuff. Tube cap again, and extras that Joel always throws in. Dig the frog with the Boss Steel Blades logo, like it's a tattoo on his shoulder. So, the Great Eastern Cutlery 66. Yeah, this is a small pen knife, and it's an equal end serpentine pattern. So you can see the curvature in the handle. That makes it a serpentine pattern. Equal end, so no bare end here, bolsters at both ends, but the handle stays the same size the entire length. No swell in the middle. This knife is a single spring knife, so one spring, one well, and both blades share the same well. And that's the reasoning for the cut swedge on the pile side of the main blade, because both of these blades need to fit into that well. GEC does such a good job putting it together. I love it. Yeah, single spring, but an additional brass liner is in there, and that makes room for the two blades. You can see it terminate here right before the start of the main blade, and then of course, as you open the secondary blade, you need to have room there to clear that spring. So, as on previous models like the 32, we've got a gap there, but on these 66s, this is extremely small. This isn't the only 66 from this run that I've got, and they did a really good job with it. This bone looks great. Ruby red Springfield bone. Totally dig it. Nice red color in it. Not too light. Lightens up as you get up towards the corners a little bit. Doesn't quite turn white though, but yeah. And that long jigging runs the entire length of the handle. I like all that. Like I said, clip point main. Here is our billboard, Lil Cowboy, with the C and Cowboy being made of rope with a cowboy hat on it. Cam tangs on this, so no half stops. You can see that rounded tang there. Just as a point of comparison, this is a 71 Sudbuster, but you can see the tangs, how they're squared off, and that gives you your half stop. With this, they're rounded. I don't know if we'll be able to see this one as well, but what that causes is that it just follows all the way around. Good action on these from this run. Yeah. Good snap to it. Even on the secondary, that pen blade. And this pen is fairly small. I mean, as far as pens go, this is a small pen blade, but then this is a small knife. I mean, the knife overall is a small model. I think the pen blade is absolutely appropriate for it. I mean, you can see it would get a little silly if they made it any bigger, the way that it's fitted in there. So I really think it's appropriate for what we're dealing with here. Yeah, action feels good. Transitions feel pretty good, although we're coming off jig bone, and some of that jig bone runs all the way up to the bolsters. GEC wasn't being lazy about it. Yeah, good construction on these. Like I said, this was a small run, not the smallest. I mean, if we come in here with, say, a 94, 94 is a smaller knife, but still, if we come in with a 15 is bigger. So this 66 is landing between a 15 and a 94. I mean, there's your explanation of it. As another point of comparison, I mean, just to bring something else into it, this bone, this ruby red Springfield bone, I wanted to give some other red jig bone examples. So here is an example of blood red jig bone, and here is an example of hemlock jig bone. So this 54 is 2017, and this I believe is 2016, yeah. So 2017 Big Jack, blood red jig bone. You can see how it's darker, and then the hemlock even more so. I mean, it really only gets red up in the corners and down on the handle. But I just wanted to show the difference here from darker to lighter as we move hemlock, blood red, and ruby red. Yeah. Small knife, small pen knife is what we're talking about. The equal end serpentine pattern has quite a bit of history in pocket knives. I can totally dig it. It's very traditional, and this is very well done. Let's have a look around. So overall, 6-inch knife, and then on the main blade, just a hair over 2.5 total, and 2 3/8 cutting. And then for our pen, one 3/4, maybe a touch less for the total, and just a hair over 1.5 for the cutting. So there's your size. There is no flush at half because there is no half to be flush at, but let's have a look for gaps and let's see what we can find. Yeah, I don't see anything. This is really, really good job with this. No gaps at all. Of course, nothing we can see from the outside. Yeah. This was popular. A lot of people liked this run when these came out. Yeah, a lot of people were really impressed with them. I thought they did a good job. I wanted to bring it out and I wanted to show it. What do you guys think? Did you pick one up? The small knife guys probably really love this one. I mean, it's really kind of a perfect size if you're into the smaller size knives. Get down in the comments. Let us all know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next video.